Hello and welcome to our channel, Cheating Exposed. Today, we're revealing another story. Found out my wife was having an affair minutes after putting presents under the tree Christmas morning. She has been diagnosed in the past with histrionic personality disorder, HPD. It traces back to her childhood, where her parents rarely gave her approval on any level, even though she was a valedictorian and graduated at the top of her class in college with a high-end professional career. I have heard her father actually tell her over the phone, when she called to ask for advice, "You're an adult, so I'm done being your dad." That was a tough day. HPD is a personality disorder in which someone has excessive attention-seeking emotions and an overwhelming need for approval, regardless of the source. People who fall on this spectrum are easily influenced by others and often engage in manipulative behavior themselves. It affects roughly 3% of the population, with a higher prevalence in women than men. A significant percentage of people with this disorder engage in affairs. This does not excuse her behavior at all, but hopefully it provides clarity on what I am dealing with at home. Also, I am not currently reconciling. As of today, 12 days after D-Day, we have an approved postnup. She is continuing counseling, and she has put in her notice at work, leaving that career. We still live under the same roof, but in different rooms. I have not and will not engage in any sexual contact, no hysterical bonding. I'm in a holding pattern for the next several months to evaluate the situation. I do not want to make a decision based purely on emotion. I'm willing to wait 6 months to a year before making my choice. What I am not doing is begging her or pleading with her to change or stay monogamous with me. She has to want to be those things and take the actions necessary to prove it. What I am doing is telling her to take charge of herself while ensuring our kids are safe during this turbulent time. Not much to say at the moment. Figured I'd use this thread to journal my way through it. I caught my wife of 11 years cheating about 2 years ago. Spent 2 years recovering, listening to marriage builders, reading countless materials, losing family, and having twins on top of our 2 boys. I honestly thought we had recovered based on all the hard work. But I was sorely mistaken and made one key mistake. I literally understand affairs, love busters, everything. I read everything, went to every site possible, and examined every possible opinion from experts. I analyzed scenarios almost excessively. It became an obsession. I did my due diligence, affair-proofed the marriage, until one fatal flaw hit, and did everything I could. Anyway, long story short, I found out my wife was having an affair that started in Puerto Rico during the hurricane response. She's in the military. The saddest part? She was only deployed for 21 days, with just 14 days in Puerto Rico, and still managed to have a physical affair. It continued as an emotional affair afterward. Literally through my kids' birthdays, holidays, vacations with family, and even our 11-year anniversary trip, she was in contact with him the entire time. Even on those exact days. I knew something was off when I saw her at the airport. I had a hunch. I followed it, checking her phone and records every chance I got. It took weeks, but eventually she slipped up. That, combined with the evidence I already had, confirmed my suspicions. I literally saw a web search and a meme she sent on Christmas Eve when we had just finished wrapping presents and eating dinner with family. It said, "I'm busy, but I love you." Nice to know that spending time with your kids and husband on Christmas Eve counts as being busy. I could have waited to confront her, but I had all the information I needed. I couldn't sit on it any longer. I gave her one chance to come clean. She immediately lied and minimized. This isn't my first rodeo, and I'm not falling for tickle truths again. I kicked her out of the house immediately, no questions asked. That meant spending Christmas morning alone with my 8- and 7-year-old sons and our 1.5-year-old daughters. It was beyond soul-crushing. The worst thing I've ever been through. And I witnessed the death of my own father. 1 second, we're putting out presents for the kids from Santa, about to head to bed. Not even 2 minutes after she hugs me, thanking me for sticking with her and helping us recover from her affair 2 years ago, I find out she's a serial cheater. I gave her one more chance to come completely clean before allowing her back into the house. She spilled everything, I'm 100% sure it's the best I'm going to get, based on all the information I have, stuff she doesn't even know I know. That includes intercepted WhatsApp messages, photos, videos, and journals. Right now, she's still in our house, but not in the same bedroom. She starts therapy tomorrow. I've given her 6 months to get her act together. In terms of all other affair protocols, I've done it all. I exposed her to Facebook friends, the affair partner's wife, all of his close friends, family, and co-workers. I blew him up. He tried to contact me, but I have nothing to say to him. Anyhow, thanks for listening. I'm at a massive loss. I'm not distraught like I was the first time. I have the tools, I know what needs to be done. I'm just sad for my kids. And honestly, I just pity her. It's been a month since D-Day. A few things of note have happened since then. She's continued therapy 2 to 3 times a week and seems to get along well with her therapist. Luckily, it's someone she actually clicks with. Every evening, we have an hour-long talk. These conversations cover all kinds of topics, but they've always remained civil. Surprisingly, we haven't argued once since D-Day. Part of that is me distancing myself from the situation. The other part is her actually doing what's necessary to get help. We're still living in separate bedrooms, and I've completely abstained from any physical contact. The biggest thing? The AP attempted to contact her. She immediately told me and wrote another no-contact reply. I'll give her credit, she's gone above and beyond to show remorse this past month. But for me, this isn't about what happens in 1 month. I need to see consistent effort over time, not just a knee-jerk reaction to being caught. Other than that, I've actually been doing well. I've learned to embrace the negative aspects of this situation. No doubt, it sucks, but I'm laser-focused on being the best person and father I can be. And for the first time in a while, I've actually been able to enjoy life. I'm still patiently watching. I'm giving my wife the chance to prove whether reconciliation is even worth considering. And I'm holding firm, until I'm 100% sure she's in the right mental state, I'm not okaying anything. My wife is still doing counseling, still journaling, still focused on fixing herself. She has asked about marriage counseling, but my firm stance remains, she has to fix herself first before we address us. We have moved back into the same bedroom, but I am still not ready for intimacy. We hug, and I'll give her a kiss on the cheek, but that's about it. I'm not withholding intimacy to punish her, but rather to protect myself. I won't engage in that until we're both fully on board, 100% committed to our marriage. I refuse to be temporarily blinded today and forsake recovery for the future. We have yet to have an argument since D-Day and still engage in at least an hour-long discussion every evening with no distractions. It has helped greatly. It's quite odd, there are no triggers, and I don't feel hopeless or angry. Some might say it's apathy or indifference, that I've checked out of the marriage. But I'd counter that it's the opposite. I'm 100% involved in my life. I've learned to embrace the suck while showing gratitude for the shining parts of it. That's not to say I accept it when it happens, but my mindset is evolving. I no longer believe the sole purpose of life is happiness, that it's all I should chase. It's more complicated than that. I've sought out enough information and answers that have helped me immensely in understanding how to navigate trauma. Getting routines down has helped. From the moment I wake up, I follow a routine. It improves efficiency and productivity. I can 100% control my mornings. The same applies to my evenings. The kids have their routines, homework, study, athletic activities. My wife has her routines for recovery, and we've developed a routine of coming together every evening to discuss whatever we want. I've taken a unique approach by reading material that isn't even about recovering from infidelity. Instead, it focuses on being a high-level human being. I can honestly say it has helped more than any infidelity recovery material I've read, whether from websites, articles, or books. It feels like I'm not stuck in neutral, but actually moving forward with recovery. My wife has been reading the same material as well, which gives us plenty to discuss. We can talk about the infidelity freely without rehashing the actual act. The primary goal is understanding what we want from life, both as partners and as parents. The one thing we both agree on? It's definitely not the hell that was created by her actions. Well, folks, that's all. Thank you all for listening. Please like, comment, and share the video if you enjoyed it. Also, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you will be notified when we upload the next video. Take care.